What's up, guys? It's Jonathan with D Hooker Fishing. We're out here in Andros, Bahamas. We're gonna go do some deep dropping, spear fishing, and a whole bunch of other things. We're gonna go explore some blue holes. Let's see how today goes. Should be nice. This is our setup at the dock where we're staying at. Super nice place. The weather's a little rough, but it should be good. Hopefully we get something good. See you guys later. Just left the dock. Here we go. I don't know. Let's go. See what happens. Over here.
Let's go, baby. First drop of the day.
First drop, point snapper. Let's see what drop number 2. Here we go. Oh, this one has like 2 of them on it. That looks like a grouper.
Yeah.
Oh no, we got a snapper and that. Blackfin snapper and a wenchman fish. Let's go. Now we're gonna do some diving. For the rest of the video I'll be doing voiceovers over all the dives. We're using my GoPro and my brother's GoPro to get the footage of all the spearfishing, so here we go. So on this first dive, this is gonna be Jordan's camera. He sees a nice yellow jack and he decides to go down and shoot it. He places a good shot on it. So while he's there unwrapping his fish from his pole spear, he actually looks out and sees a mutton in the distance and decides to go down and grunt at it, see if he can get a good shot on it. And these muttons are kind of spooky, so you want to like grunt at them and sneak up on them slowly, because if not, they don't usually give you a shot. But he's able to put a good shot on it, and there goes a mutton in the box. So on this dive, let me give you a backstory. My brother actually shot like a 30-pound Cubera that swam into the blue hole. And when he shot it, it ripped out of his hands and he ended up taking the pole spear for a ride. And he told me he lost it like somewhere in the back of the cave. So I go down to check inside the cave and see if I can see his pole spear. As you can see here, it's kind of sketchy getting in there, but I noticed his pole spear is like all the way in the back. So now we're gonna think of a game plan so we could get it back, because as you guys know, these pole spears are pretty expensive.
I think it might have torn out the fish already.
There's no fish on it.
I don't think there's a fish.
So now I take another dive to see if I'm able to even get to the back of that cave to be able to retrieve his pole spear back. Actually, when I'm going in to see it again, I notice a pretty big Cubera to the left. But we're done shooting fish in this cave. We don't want to lose any of our gear. And when I look to the back, it's pretty wide in there, so I think I could get in there and get his pole spear back. So now on this next dive, I told my brother to come behind me to watch me just in case anything happens. You always want to have a good dive buddy with you when you're doing stuff like this. But we're able to get the pole spear back and it was pretty cool, but I don't recommend anyone doing this, to be honest with you. It was very sketchy. So we decided to go out to some deeper water. Now we're swimming like at 40-50 feet of water, and we see a nice school of Cuberas in the bottom, and as you can see here, my brother gets to get a good shot on one. And as soon as he shoots it, even more Cuberas start showing up, so I decide to do a dive down on them, see if I could get one. So here I go to the bottom. And with these Cuberas, what you want to do is you want to like lay on the floor and try to like grunt and make some scratching on the rock, because they're very curious, but you gotta like call them towards you. So I get a nice one come to check me out. I get a pretty good shot on him. So now we're on Jordan's camera. He sees a nice sized hogfish from the surface and decides to go down and get a shot on it. this dive is where things start to take a turn. As you know, in the Bahamas, you shoot a few fish and the sharks get really bad real quick. You're gonna see in this dive, we had some pretty close encounters. The sharks started getting bad. My brother actually shot a grouper and his pole spear got stuck on one of the rocks, and we were trying to get back his pole spear. The shark had already ate the grouper at this point, but you're gonna see in his camera the sharks get real bad here. So his pole spear is pretty stuck and he's not able to get it out. I'm trying to like warn him from the surface that the sharks are coming. And yeah, they're very aggressive. So we gotta get out of the water as quick as possible. So what we did was mark the spot, and we're gonna let it calm down and come back later to come back get his pole spear. On this next dive, I see a nice Nassau grouper on the surface. Decide to go down and get a shot on him. These fish are actually very good eating fish here in the Bahamas. Now we're back on Jordan's camera. That's actually me making a dive down on a grouper that he had shot. He told me it got wrapped up in like this rock, so I went down to try to untangle it and take it out. And with these fish, you want to try to get them to the surface as soon as possible before the sharks start getting bad. As you can see here, I was able to get it out. It's actually a pretty nice grouper.
I left the light though.
Here's gonna be a pretty quick dive. I turned on my GoPro while I was at the bottom because I saw a pretty big Nassau grouper, and I loaded back and absolutely smoked him. And what's good that I was able to get him up in one dive. It's always good to do that to try to avoid the sharks. Now we're on Jordan's camera. And this dive is actually pretty cool. He goes down to check out this rock. And as he's on the way down to check it out, he actually notices some Cuberas swimming right up to him, and he's able to get a good shot on one. Now here we're on my brother's camera again. I had just came back up from a dive and I noticed from far a pretty big tiger grouper. I was out of breath, so I told my brother to go down and get a shot on him. And he's able to put in a real good shot on this fish. And again, good thing he's able to get him up in one dive. We're trying to avoid the sharks as much as possible. Now on this dive, I decide to go down. I'm seeing some pretty nice sized Cuberas, and I'm gonna try to see if I can get any in range. Again, what you want to do is go all the way to the bottom. You want to grunt, cause a little bit of commotion so they can get curious. You can see there's a nice one in the distance. He just doesn't want to get close enough for me to get a shot though. Now I see a pretty nice Cubera go into this rock, so I make a dive down on him, and I land a pretty good shot on him. Like I said, these fish are very curious. You're gonna see them swim almost right up to me and give me a perfect shot. I was running out of breath, so I just left my pole spear down there. I knew it was a good shot. I knew he wasn't going anywhere. This is the very next dive. I go to retrieve my pole spear to get him out of the rock. So now we go to a little bit of deeper water, and I see a pretty big mudden from the surface, but I rushed the shot and I missed him. Got lucky. Now we're back on Jordan's camera again. This is a pretty cool dive. You guys could really see how many Cuberas are actually where we're diving, and believe they are spawning right now because of the full moon. They're just everywhere. This is Jordan's camera again. he sees a pretty nice hogfish and he gets a good shot on it. So we're back on Jordan's camera again. He takes a dive down, he sees another really nice hogfish and decides to shoot it. By the way, these hogfish are absolutely delicious to eat. Since we were diving deeper water, I had told my brother to gut the fish, chum up the water a little, see if we could get any big groupers or anything to come by. This is Jordan's camera. Quick shot on a pretty nice sized Cubera. He absolutely rolled this fish. Alright boys, we're doing pretty good. Shot two Cuberas. Nice one right here. Nice one right here. Got a nice grouper in the box. Put in these Cuberas. Woo-wee! Yo, you saw how those Cuberas swim up? Nice Cubera. Starting to fill up the... He's right there. Nice grouper right here. Very nice grouper.
Jordan's got another fish up there.
Nice one. That's a good one.
I'm telling you right now,
Nice one.
the sun.
Giant. That's a good one.
The camera out of the way.
Alright, we're gonna be done for today. It's a good day of diving. We have a lot more days to go. So, here's some of the fish we shot. I already had filleted a good amount of them, but I decided to get a video of everything else that was in the box. We're actually getting ready to eat some dinner, so we filleted all the good groupers and hogfish to whip up a nice dinner. Shit.
10 pounds.
Oh, 10 pounds. 10.1.
10.1.
Still a big one.
Hey, the Cubera is gonna.
Alright, we're getting to the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed this video and liked watching us shoot some fish here in the Bahamas, please drop a like and subscribe to our channel. It'll help us out a lot. And catch you guys on the next one.